Don't give a fuck about you or this song. Don't give a fuck about this song or about you. Don't give a fuck about you or this song. Whoa, fuck you and this song. Fuck you!
Hello everybody and welcome to the Why It Sucks podcast. I am your host, Demo1138, also known as Mark P. Murder, and I am joined, as always, by my illustrious and sultry co-host, the Beer Baron Bon. Wait a minute. Bon is missing again. Dun dun dun. Taking his place, possibly permanently, is Corey G from Dorky Style. Hi, hi, hi.
Hey there.
So, oh hey Fireball. We got activity in the chat straight out of the gate today, and Bon's not even here to see it. Bon would probably question this person on their gender.
He probably would. He has issues with that. I recall.
Yeah, well, he's got issues with a lot of things. It's not his fault. He's a relic of the past, you know? Which is, not saying much considering how he's like, what, 2 years older than I am?
Yeah, he's not much older than us. So.
No. So, I had a plan today. Which now has gone incredibly awry because Bon is indeed missing. The plan was to come up with a bunch of topics, because we had you on the show today, and the name of your channel is Dorky Style.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm a big nerd. I'm a closet dork, So there's lots of things that me and you could probably talk about that Bon knows nothing about because Bon is he's so outside of any loop that it doesn't matter if you talk about a thing specifically, he's lost. So I was going to come up with a bunch of shit to talk to you about that he would be clueless about and just see what kind of ridiculous questions he would ask while he tried to inform himself. But now the sumbitch went missing. I think you got to wait at least 24 hours before you file a missing persons report, right?
Yeah, if not 48. I'm not sure. So, yeah.
You're not really missing until you're 48 hours missing.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if anyone actually would be missing him so much as,
He's just not there any longer?
He's just not there anymore, yeah. Anyway, that was kind of mean.
There's no apologies here on the Why It Sucks podcast, Corey. We stick to our guns, even if it's highly insulting, offensive, and factually incorrect.
Yes. Okay. All right.
This is an American podcast.
I mean, I liked the whole premise, though. I liked where you were going with that to sort of have him on the outside looking in. So.
Yeah, because that's let's be honest. That's usually how it is with him. He's basically like, up until the time we started the podcast, he's basically only put like his pinky toe into the waters of the internet. And since we've started here, it's like, I've convinced him to just jump right in, and then I dunked him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. And I don't feel bad for it. It's sink or swim out there in this crazy libertarian world.
Speaking of which, Gary Johnson sealed up the libertarian nomination. Just saying.
Okay. I'm pretty sure a monkey riding a unicycle could...
Hey, easy.
Yeah,
there was five people. One thing, 4 others.
One thing I learned from the last time you were here is don't talk about politics because it's just not interesting.
Yeah,
it's just not interesting. And the other thing too is that me and Bon are so politically divergent that there's no way it's not going to turn into a bad episode of the Young Turks. You know what I'm saying?
Just so polarized.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty bad. I mean, you strike me as slightly less ideological, a little bit more reasonable, a little bit more open to having your mind changed given the evidence. Whereas
I'm like Spock. It's
whereas
all about
Bon,
the logic.
Bon is like Kirk.
Pure emotion, unbridled, raw
Hold
emotion.
on a second. If you're Spock and he's Kirk, then who the fuck am I?
Uhura.
That's bullshit. Can I be...
You could be Scotty.
Can I be Data? I mean, I know it's a totally different generation, but...
I don't really like intermingling.
My spirit animal is a robot, And look, it's totally reasonable. We can just be like, oh, Q showed up one day and sent data back in time. You know, like it's not that ridiculous. It's a temporal anomaly. It happens all the time.
I guess if this were erotic Star Trek fan fiction, it would be allowable.
You know, it really is pissing me off that Bond is missing this because he would have understood at least like 2 words out of the past 4 sentences.
Erotic fan fiction.
He'll
He
be
would have
like,
got that.
he'll be like, I know that Star Trek. That's with them Luke Skywalkers, with their light, fancy flashlight swords. By the way, I hate Star Wars. I just want to say that. I just want to say that. I just want to.
Easy.
No,
If you want to get polarized with me, we can go there.
I'd rather
So.
get polarized over Star Wars because at least like we're not assuming that we know what's better for the entire fucking world.
Fair enough. True.
But one thing I wanted, well, you know what, I'll start with this. It's possibly less interesting. I pulled a bunch of shit out of storage because if anybody doesn't know, I'm like dead broke. I've been out of work for a very, very, very long time. And it just been like sadly watching my savings dwindle away as I try to find something that's not like monkey work, considering that I have a fucking degree and like 12 years worth of fucking relevant experience no matter what the job is. But yeah, so I was digging this stuff out of storage, and amongst the rubble, I found some cool stuff. Some of which is cool because it's kind of neat, and some of it's cool because apparently it's worth a lot of fucking money. But yeah, I found like are you familiar with Gashapon?
I had to look up what Gashapon was. I do
Wow.
know now. I had to look it up. I knew what Mazinger Z was.
You're like a poser weeb.
I wouldn't say that. I just always passed by
I
the
would.
gumball machines and was like, "Oh, that's cool," but it's like a stupid little trinket. No
Well,
offense.
when they sell them in the States and possibly even elsewhere, they sell them in blind boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and you know, back in the day, 2008, maybe even earlier, back in the day where I worked at a particular local collectibles store that will remain nameless because they suck. I was quote unquote gainfully employed over there by a professional price gouger. But you know, I had a store discount and I was young and had nothing better to spend my money on apparently, so I would buy these fucking blind box Gashapon things. And because I worked there, a friend of mine that got me the job showed me a trick on how to like tell which figure was in the box without opening it.
Okay.
So like any set in particular that I was interested in, I would just buy the whole set because I could, you know, because it was easy to do for me.
Yeah.
So I have like sets of things, and not, you know, most of it's not extraordinarily fucking valuable or anything. Like the fact that I have sets makes it easier to sell.
Right.
But I found these things, man, the ones that I was talking about on the old Facebook today. But
Yep.
I have a set of 7 of these things. Apparently, like, look, I used to work, like I said, at this store, and part of my job there was to know how to research and price items, right? So I sat here at this computer, so I know what I'm doing when it comes to this stuff, roughly, and I'm researching these things, trying to figure out what they are. There's something Japanese that I bought like 10 fucking years ago. Yeah, you know, like how am I supposed to even start researching this shit? So I'm like trying to find these figures, this particular set, and finally, after like 2 hours of searching, I find an eBay auction for one of them, and it was priced at like $90.
Wow.
And I'm like, shit, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This has just gotta be like some fluke idiot on the internet, you know, trying to mark up something. But as it turns out, that's not the case. I was able to find one set in the entire world in some Italian store that the only reason I was able to figure it out is because of Google Translate.
Yes, Google Translate.
Yeah. And they're selling it. They're selling a full set for fucking 500 British pounds, man. That's $730
Yeah?
American. And
Wow.
it's the only set anywhere, apparently. Hey, how's it going? It's not quite the Demo Rambling Show. I got a guest.
I am here. I've been listening to the rambling, so
Yeah.
once he stops, you know.
I usually have a co-host, like an official co-host, but he's missing right now, so we're gonna have a special mystery episode starting pretty soon. One of the other cool things, though, Corey, that I found in this storage pit of magical goodies that I've stored up over the years was an original 1997 functioning Digimon Digivice.
Huh.
Yeah, you know, virtual pets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I popped some fucking batteries in here. I stole batteries, man. I'm bad, but I put some batteries in here. It still works, and it's kind of fun. Oh, Bon's on.
Mystery solved.
This is perfect timing to get into something that he knows absolutely nothing about. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and add him to the group call and see what he has to say for himself. He's missing so much. Like, we finally have like an actual audience, and
Bond might actually have something to say about the digital pets. I'm just gonna go ahead and go there.
You think so?
I think so. I think that when
I'm here.
He can't even tell the difference between a cyborg and a robot, other than the fact that one goes. What is up, Bon?
I got stuck at it. Well, I didn't get stuck. I was at a barbecue and I just got home.
That would have been funny if you got like stuck at a barbecue, like you fell in a well or something.
Or like they put a skewer in you, you know.
I literally got stuck at a barbecue.
Well, thanks for fucking finally joining us, faithful co-host.
The pleasure is all on this side of the Skype.
Yeah, so we got Corey G here again, Bon.
Hey, G, what's up?
Yo.
Yeah, and I had this awesome plan. It's an awesome plan. And then, alright, so basically you ruined my plans twice. I had this awesome plan, but then you were gone. So then I was like, fuck it. We'll do that plan next time, and we'll just have like a mystery show, like, where's Bon? Bon is missing. Let's follow the clues, etc. And now I didn't even get to do that because you showed up.
And I told you right away where I was.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's ruined everything.
You ruined everything.
This is why it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much me. I am the reason why it sucks, and I got to give you guys 2 warnings.
There's 2.
The first warning. What are you gonna say?
No, I said there's 2 warnings. Let's hear them.
The first one is I've been drinking since 2 o'clock.
How is that?
Knew that was coming.
How is that different? How did I not expect Bon?
Yeah, that you didn't have to warn us.
I'm not a goldfish, you know what I mean? Like, I can remember things for more than 4 minutes, and I remember that you're a lush.
Okay, this is true. Here's the second warning. I had ice cream.
Oh, well, look, that doesn't matter to me, because I'm not sitting in the room with you.
Exactly. Thankfully, Skype doesn't carry smells. So
Smell-o-vision.
You guys would be screwed if you did.
And, Bon, you know, not only are you ruining everything, but you actually missed the one and only time that we've started the show with an active audience in chat.
Holy! What? There's a guy named Housley in there right now.
Yeah. He's an old school demo viewer from back in the day when I actually used to play video games on Twitch TV. The joke,
gracious.
The joke being that you're supposed to play video games, but hey, Twitch Creative, let's take advantage of that to the fucking end of the fucking word.
As long as we talk about video games for like 3 minutes, it's cool anyway.
And we'll get to that. Now, Bon, seeing how you're all for ruining everything today, which is fine. I like that about you.
So far, so good. I've got a perfect record up to this point.
You know, before I get into this, let me tell you a story, Bon. Like, you'd be kind of proud of me. I actually went out last night and got...
Oh, I'm proud of you already.
And got drunk.
Oh.
And got so hungover that I didn't... well, all right. I got so hungover that I woke up at 7:30 in the morning, drank water, like walked around for like 20 minutes, and then went back to bed until like 4:30 in the afternoon.
Wow, that's pretty hungover.
And
that's impressive.
And you know me, I don't. It's not that I rarely drink. I drink often. I just don't usually overdrink.
Right.
But I went to. I was hanging out with.
Don't mind me asking. Was it hard liquor or was it
no,
beer?
No. This is the worst part. All right, I'll tell you the story. I went.
Zima.
You know James Hetfield, Mike from Whiskey Fire.
Whiskey.
Well, him and Brian, also from the same band.
Whiskey.
You know, we're friends, and they were playing a show at dusk last night. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I need to get the fuck out of the house. You know, I don't necessarily want to go see Whiskey Fire, but I could probably get in for free. And I got enough money on me to have like a beer, maybe 2 if I drink cheap. So
nice.
I get there, and you know Danny, sound guy, Dreads?
Oh yeah, I remember Danny.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
He's running the door. So we get to chatting, and in the middle of the chat, we just walk right in. He never asked me for permission. I never got marked or anything, but I just walked right in like I fucking own the place.
That's because you're Mark.
So once I'm in the place, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I just walk straight into the green room where they keep the fridge,
You went to the band refrigerator?
and I just started drinking Gansets all night. And I'm gonna tell you something, Bun. I'm a lightweight when it comes to drinking, but I will tell you this: metal kids do not know how to drink.
It's true. It's true. It's all Gansets. All Gansets
Is it
all the
really?
time.
I don't hang out with a lot of metal kids, so that's the first
Oh.
I've heard of that.
They just don't know how to drink, like, because at first Mike, the kid who was there who was actually playing, just some background for anybody who's listening out there that doesn't know, me and Bon are in a band. We have been performing in Providence for over 15 fucking years. Like, we know a lot of these venues, and we know a lot of the people that work there, so it's not like we were just like, it's not like I was just forcing my way in or anything. I was more or
Right,
less
right,
invited.
Raping the club. Yeah, we know how it is.
But
Pretty much.
But the first beer, Mike was like, "Oh, he's like, I could go get you a beer from the band fridge," and I'm like, "Oh, all right, cool." And like, he's walking back towards the back room, and I'm like, "Why should I wait outside? Like, I'm in this back room all the fucking time. I'm not gonna wait outside while Mike goes and
Yeah,
gets
just-
me a
just
beer."
go.
So I went in with him and grabbed my own beer, and then once that precedent was set, everybody that was there that didn't know me just assumed I belonged there. So
Right.
so I had a couple beers, and I went back to the fridge at one point. I was like, all right, if there's only like 2 or 3 left, I'm not going to take any more because I don't want to take beer from the band. But on the same token, I don't want to,
He's sober.
so I don't want to waste it, It's been put there for the band. If you don't consume it, somebody's got to consume it. So I went in there, and there was still like shitloads of beers left, and I'm like, fuck it, it's on. So I
It
drank.
definitely was not a paraplegic show, that's for sure.
That thing would have been empty in like 2 minutes.
It always is, without fail.
But yeah, so I pounded fucking Gansets all fucking night. And then at the end of the night, I look in the fridge and there's still beer left. And I go to Mike and I'm like, "You got a backpack?" He's like, "Yeah, my drum bag is up on stage." And I'm like, "Okay." And I grabbed it and I took it to the back. And I put the rest of the beers in the backpack.
Yes.
Oh,
Which
shit.
is wicked smart.
Corey G.
Housley, I think he's self-identifying with a Futurama robot.
No,
To actually,
No, I don't self-identify as Bender, but he is one of the Mosh. He is one of the bots of the Moshpocalypse.
He is,
Okay.
absolutely.
But
just because they need alcohol to fuel themselves. So
Mhm.
Yep,
Corey
they're
G.
definitely ethanol fueled.
I just remembered myself a story that has to do with you and drinking from a
Oh.
wicked long time ago, and it was hilarious.
Corey G.
You remember when we were at that party? What was that girl's name? She would have a party every summer, and every time it
Oh,
would
I
get
have no
destroyed by the
idea. I
cops.
just showed up there because my buddy was going to light himself on fire. Yeah.
Awesome, that's great. I didn't know that bit.
Yeah.
But
Well, that just had a
do you remember?
new
And like,
dimension
it's
to
the
story.
party's getting busted up by the cops, and everybody's like scrambling everywhere like cockroaches,
Yep.
And then like me and you, was it your keg or was it not your? Like, me and you were like,
No,
let's-
me and a couple of my friends had gotten the keg and brought it there for the kids because my friend who was lighting himself on fire knew the host.
and then remember,
So-
I remember running into you as everyone's scrambling, and I'm like, oh shit, you're here, and you're like, oh shit, you're here, and then you told me something about the keg, and you remember there was like that group of kids that we seen carrying it out into the street, and they were like wicked jock douchey looking dudes, and
Was
just
this in Johnston?
No, he's
it was in-
Greenwich.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And me and Corey just walked right up to these dudes like fucking boss. It was ridiculous. We just walked right
was
up to
awesome.
them and we're like, "That's our keg," or like, "We'll be taking that now," and we just removed it from their hands and walked.
Yep.
off.
They were so
know,
confused. I don't even think they knew how to react to that.
And you know what the great thing is that they pretty much got it out of the house for you, so you just had to like get it
Just
somewhere
bring it to the
safe.
car, right?
Yep.
Right, exactly. Just bring it to the car and call it a night.
Yeah, because I remember we ended up tossing it over the fence, and then the cops, when the cops got there, so the cops wouldn't see the keg there, And then the cops started breaking everyone up, and we all kind of started scrambling. And that's when we kind of doubled back for the keg, and those kids were taking it out of the stash spot that we threw it into. It was a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I had a similar situation over in Johnston. There was a keg party, and
That's great, Bon. I want to move on to the next.
Okay,
Wow.
let's move.
No, go ahead.
New topic.
No, seriously, move on. just move on.
Yeah, because I want to tell you what the plan is, considering how we're like already 22 minutes in or more
The plan for.
for today's show.
Oh, okay.
So we have Corey on, and if he didn't know, and if anybody in the chat didn't know, Corey runs his own Twitch channel called Dorky Style. We can drop a link in chat towards the end of the show.
I just got an email that there's a new dorky style post on YouTube.
See that?
Hey, yeah. I
just
did
got
I posted a crate the other day.
And what people
Yep,
might
I
not
gotta
know
watch
about
that.
me is that I'm like a wicked big closet dork. I'm into some really nerdy dorky shit. But what they might not know about you, Bon, is that you're not into anything that is typically considered like nerd material.
It's all way over my head.
I know.
Like way
it's
over. my head.
beautiful. And I was thinking, because we
Oh,
have
great.
somebody on who is from a channel called Dorky Style, and, you know, I kind of have a little bit of dorky style myself, we can find a bunch of things that he and I can talk about that you have no idea what they
Yeah,
are.
you guys did it last time. You did it last time. Why not do it again?
No, we're going to do it again real hard. Now, this one I want to get to real quick because Corey G, he didn't put any money on it because he's a little bitch, but he was willing to bet that you know a thing or two about virtual pets.
Okay, I might. So this is going to be interesting because this is going in the direction that I imagined it would go, where you're going to start quizzing me about dorky stuff, and I'm going to make a complete ass out of myself trying to guess what it is.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll know. Like if I know, like I'm not going to play dumb. If I know what something is, I'll tell you.
So do you know what a virtual pet is?
Yes. Was it those keychains that you got and you
Yeah.
feed the pet?
Yeah. You gotta take care of them or else they die. You wake up one morning and there's a fucking tombstone where your virtual pet used to be and your life is ruined.
All right. Here's the thing. I got headphones on while I do the show, and my girlfriend's in the other room yelling the name of the pet to me.
Oh, wow.
So wait, what is it?
Tamagotchi.
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 That-
All right,
that's,
Tamagotchi.
That's one of them. So basically, I was pulling a bunch of stuff out of storage to sell on eBay because I have like all sorts of weird ass collections from years ago when I was into collecting weird ass shit. And amongst the things that I found is called a Digimon from
No, the Digimon is the one that I remember.
from
How's
1997.
Tamagotchi. You're gonna have to Google that one, buddy. If you're probably pretty young, if you
Yeah,
don't
Tamagotchi.
making me feel old.
Definitely Google that. Definitely Google that. But anyway,
No,
I got
remember
this thing, and
I remember the one that Mark brought up.
and I got some batteries for it. Because these things, the original ones from '97, sell for upwards of like $200. So I wanted to test it, see if it worked. So I popped the batteries in, and then I started playing with it because it's been since 1997 since I've seen these things, and it's
That's
actually
it's almost 20 years.
Yeah.
it's actually like really fun in a weird way, except that the level, like the UI is not very clear as to like, so like you get a notification when your thing is
Wait.
what
What's the UI?
user interface. It's a term that didn't even exist when these things came out.
All right, cool. So it's not just me.
But the UI, like, so basically a little icon will pop up in the corner if your creature like needs something, but you can
Right,
give it
right.
food, you can give it vitamins, you can like play with it and exercise it and clean its poo and all this stuff. But there's just one notification for when it needs something. So like I'm looking at this thing, the notification's up. I'm like, what? What? Do you want to play? Do you need food? What? Tell me what you want.
Oh my God, you're really stressing out over this
Like
virtual poop.
I felt like a parent. And the funny thing is they like evolve over time. And as I was getting like frustrated with this thing, because every 5 seconds there was a problem, and I'm like, what? What? Do you need food? I don't see any poo. Do you want to play?
Oh
Like
my
what?
God.
And then like I'm getting frustrated with it, and eventually I look at it and it had evolved, and I was like, "Aw, my little bloopy thing is growing up." It went from
Oh my God.
it went from like a little indiscreet bloopy black blob to a slightly larger bloopy bouncy thing.
With 2 dots for eyes type of stuff.
My God.
Oh
You-
man.
You just, oh my God, you're sold on this thing, man. You're in love. You're in love. I could tell.
Hey, I'll tell you what. This virtual pet idea is actually a really good idea, and I'm surprised nobody's like revisited it in.
I'm just gonna say, man, now that like '90s kids is now trending,
Well,
like these virtual pets
just-
should be all over
Just the
place.
technology, like you don't know, you could make an app for fuck's sake on your phone that is a
Easily.
virtual pet, right? And
Tamagotchi app.
Ruined $1 million idea. You just spread it around to all the viewers.
to
Broadcast
all
for
to
everybody
all
to hear.
all. Let me take a look here. All 4 of our viewers that can't
All
possibly
four of
be
the
right.
People that are listening right now are going to
Because-
make $1 million
because
off
two of
this,
those
and
viewers
be
are
stuck in the
probably
fucking
two of us.
gutter.
I have there's 2 people in my room.
Oh, so maybe we do have 4
Okay.
viewers. Holy shit. Yeah, Housley, they do die from old age eventually, but like shit's so sudden. There's no way to
Can I
prepare
just
for
say
it.
something about video games real quickly? Just getting back to the video game thing.
Sure.
I was talking with some people the other day, and 2 of them. I was in a group of 4, myself included. 2 of them were gamers, and the other 2 were not. Myself being one of them.
Hmm.
And so one of them was like, "Oh,
Hold on a
so and
second.
so."
What is that clacking in the background?
Oh, that's me. Sorry.
God damn it, dorky style.
Stop being a cocksucker. What are you, the asshole king of Dick Mountain?
I am indeed the asshole king of Dick Mountain.
Hashtag the asshole king of Dick Mountain.
So, all right. So, one of them was like, "Oh, did you hear about that new video game that's coming out? Fred just asked for 3 days off so that he could play this
Jesus
video game."
Christ, that's pathetic.
And I was like, "Oh my God, who the fuck asks for time off from work to play a video game?" And as I said it, one of the guys was like, "I asked for a week off for Halo 4."
Wow.
Oh my God.
It's like,
What the
oh
fuck?
my God.
And you know what
And
pisses
then-
me off about this is I can't find a fucking job
Right, and these people are asking for days off to
for
lock themselves
to
in their
play
apartment
video
to play
games. Oh my
But
god.
here's the kicker. The
There's
guy
more.
that asked for the 3 days off for this upcoming video game, they put out a press release today that it's going to be delayed for a month.
Yes.
Oh man. Yeah, so segueing from Digimon, the next thing I want to talk about that Bond probably has absolutely no clue about, and this might even be a little too nerdy for dorky style.
Uh-oh.
That is
Um,
a bold assumption, my friend.
I
a bold-
decided on a tattoo, and you guys might want to get your Google fingers ready.
I'm ready.
I
and
decided.
willing.
I think I want to get a tattoo of Shedinja.
Is that, all right,
Shedinja, Shedinja.
Is that a Pokemon?
It certainly
Yeah, it
is.
He certainly is Totes Adorbs.
He certainly is Totes Adorbs. I'm gonna see if I can get some of his Pokedex entries, because
oh my God.
what Shedinja is, and I've always like, all right. Truth be told, I was playing Pokemon as soon as it came out. I remember when it came out. It came right out after these fucking Digimon things.
As
and-
Mark asserts,
Do you self-identify with his gender?
Wow.
Mark is asserting his Pokemon street cred.
Sure, you got to do that. It's a brutal world out there, man. But what Shedinja is like, all right. So Pokemon evolve. We know that. That's part of the whole thing. But there's a Pokemon called Nincada, and when it evolves into the thing it's supposed to evolve into, if you have an extra Pokeball on you, you capture the shed skin of the insect as it evolved, and the shed skin itself is a Pokemon. So yeah, and I want to get the Pokedex entry because it's actually really creepy.
That clarifies why he's a bug and a ghost type to me.
Exactly.
I was wondering. Yeah.
Hey, can I interrupt for 1 second?
Yeah.
So my daughter just found out that Corey G's on here, and she wants me to totally say hi to him for her. So
Hi.
Jade
Oh.
says hi, G.
Hey, Jade.
Wow. All right. All
He said,
right.
hey, Jade.
A little shout
Okay,
out.
okay. Back to the story.
It is believed this is the Pokedex entry from the first game it had ever appeared in. It is believed that this Pokemon will steal the spirit of anyone peering into its hollow body from the back. Now, the funny thing is if you use Shedinja in a battle, you have no choice but to look at its back because it's on the screen with its back to you. So anybody,
So everyone loses their soul to it?
yeah.
Interesting.
And now,
So let me ask you this: when you get the tattoo, is it going to be facing
well,
the back?
I was actually going to get to that. I want to get the front of the front portrait of the Pokemon on like the front of like my chest, and then get the back on my back shoulder.
I see where you're going with that.
That's a rad idea. I like that idea.
Yeah, and I mean the reason why I did it is because like, so I'm not like super hardcore Pokemon like some people out there, but I do play. I'm really interested in it as a competitive game because it has elements that a lot of other games don't. Like your turns, you and your opponent, your turns happen at the same time. So I can't respond directly to anything that my opponent does. I just have to know my opponent and his team well enough to be able to predict what he's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I can choose a thing to do that counters that in some way. So, and I've always loved that about the game. And there's this thing on the internet called Pokemon Showdown, which is, I'm pretty sure, illegal. I don't know how it's still up. But it basically allows you to build a team of any 6 Pokemon with any moves that they can legally use. Because in the game, for Bon who doesn't know, in the game you gotta travel a world and capture Pokemon, and you only use the Pokemon that you've managed to find and capture. And if it's something really
according
rare,
to the tagline, you got to catch them all.
Yes.
true that.
That's correct.
But
Okay, so I nailed that one.
yeah, good. What Pokemon Showdown lets you do though is it lets you just build your team and go online and play against other people directly.
Hold on. I got comments from the Peanut Gallery. Hold on a second. Hey, who's the best? Yeah, word on the street is Entei is the best.
No, Entei is just straight fire type. That's straight garbage. So many weaknesses to common moves.
Wow.
I mean, it's not entirely true. He can learn things like fucking Earth Power, which blows my mind because it's an Earth move that a fire type should not have. But
How do
anyway,
you spell Entei?
be careful with this one because one slip of the keyboard might lead you to something completely different.
Oh yeah.
Entrails already came up.
No, well, you
No,
just don't want
yeah.
hentai.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe you do want it.
Yeah,
Nothing-
Bon, why don't you just Google
there's no-
hentai?
oh my God! Yeah, all right. Might as well. We already had him Google.
Just,
Pussy.
Legend of the Overfiend. Just watch a couple clips.
Wow, Corey, you can't
Okay.
send him straight to Overfiends. That's bad.
Legend
Come on.
Of the
At least send him some, more modern stuff. No, Bon. Jesus Christ.
Don't. If there's children around, don't.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bon.
hey,
No,
okay.
don't.
Well,
don't do
yeah,
this.
we're not going to look at that.
No, don't. Jesus Christ. Now you're. Oh, that's on your permanent internet record now, Bon.
I don't even know what that was.
Black helicopters are about to land on your doorstep.
But anyway, back to my
Luckily, this is all broadcast.
back to my
Expect a
nerdy
restraining
spiel.
order, and I hope you don't like going near elementary schools.
Damn. Yeah.
What have I done?
Back to a more G-rated topic. So yeah, Shedinja is basically the star of my team because he's got this trick that he's got an ability called Wonder Guard. He's got 1 hit point, so any 1 hit will kill him, but only attacks that are super effective against him will damage him. Everything else he's immune to. So I built my whole team around forcing my opponent into chasing my Shedinja around and then dying in the process. So that's why I want to get the tattoo, because he's like my main man and has been for like apparently 15 years.
I've been busy deleting my history.
All right, we'll move away from Pokemon. We did Digimon, we did Pokemon. We've done Overfiend. That wasn't even on the list.
No, that's yeah, but that's always on the list.
Bon's
That was
like,
bad.
Bon's like, I'm busy
That was bad.
deleting my internet history.
I know. I should have broken him in with some like Family Guy or Simpsons porn or something.
Oh,
but...
Jesus Christ. Rule 34, Bon. That's a thing that you need to...
That
yes, Rule
exists.
34. Yeah.
Well, that's Rule 34. Rule 34 states that if it exists, you can find porn of it.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of makes sense. I believe it with the internet the
Now,
way it is.
you
And
can-
at Corey G, I can hear you stacking chips.
Oh, I'm doing it again. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
it's
got
such
this
a
new chair,
dick.
and it's got
What-
these like armrests, and you can click them and clack them.
No, it
Wow,
sounds
what
like,
kind of
sounds like those
asshole-
old Pog chips.
That's a
Remember
chair for
Pogs?
assholes.
Pogs. Wow, that's taking it to a different level. Yes, I
Hashtag-
remember Pogs.
It sounds
Hashtag-
like Pogs.
Hashtag chair for assholes.
Corey's got one.
Yes, I have one. It's right on my chair. It's
Corey's ass is in it.
Yeah, you're
I'm
telling
actually
me.
making a video. I'm making a video as we speak of this chair for my asshole.
You're the asshole king at Dick Mountain.
As stated earlier, that is correct.
Wait, Dorky Style posted a video of Shedinja. Oh, it's not a video. It's
No,
a link.
it's a link to Bulbapedia. That was what I was
Yeah.
looking at earlier. So that
I have
chat.
this other link here. This one's a good one too.
You see,
the
Corey's a really good host because co-host because he drops relevant links into chat because he knows how to do that because he's not a noob.
But only we can see it.
No, they can. Other people can see it.
Yeah.
Oh, other people can see the chat.
Yeah, the chat box. Yeah, it's
Oh.
where people chat.
We are 16
okay.
fucking episodes in.
And this is the first time I ever knew that anybody but us could see the chat.
Wow. 16
I
episodes.
I think we confused them because the last time I was on, I was putting stuff in the Skype chat.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
totally
that-
what it was. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
He
Yeah.
confuses easy.
I got your back. I got your back.
Oh my God! There's so much information on
It's all-
Shedinja.
Yeah, he's about believe
Pokemon's complicated.
the first game he was in was 2008, I believe. No, earlier than that.
And there's hyperlinks within the hyperlinks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Wow,
it's
this is really
That's why they
involved.
call it
It's
a World Wide Web.
it's a really complex. It's a really
So you can
complex
go-
I just fell
competitive
down the
game.
rabbit hole. I
Yeah.
feel like I fell down the rabbit hole of one singular character in a game.
He's gonna steal your soul, Bond. Don't look in its back.
Too late.
Dang it! Rack up another win for Shedinja.
And if you look at his back, because they have front and back
Yeah.
views of Shedinja, it looks like a black hole in the middle of his back.
Yeah. It's there to steal your soul.
But it's interesting. He's got a halo too.
Oh, curious.
He's got a halo and a hole on his back.
He walks
and
the
it all
line.
ties in. It all ties in.
So, Corey,
Yeah.
have you been following Dragon Ball Super?
No, I saw you post something about that earlier. I have no idea what that is.
You don't know what it is?
No,
It's the new Dragon Ball series.
I was unaware that there was a new Dragon
All
Ball
right, so-
series.
so Let me start from the beginning then.
People in my house watch that, so I kind of know what you're talking about.
Let me explain this to you. All right, so you know, Corey, that Dragon Ball GT sucked.
yeah,
And the
that's
reason,
I pretty much stopped watching.
the reason
like,
why that
right around
GT
there.
sucked was because the original creator didn't want to do it, but the studio that he was working for had him in a contract,
Right.
and basically cut him the deal. And the deal was, you don't have to write it or anything, but we're doing it without you. You know what I mean? So they did GT, and that's why it sucked. Now the new series that's out now called Dragon Ball Super is a new series by the original creator that undoes GT. GT is no longer canon.
Ooh,
Yeah. Now, I've been
I don't
watching
know
it
what
for.
any of this means.
I know. I love that.
I'm
right.
trying to figure this all out.
That's why we're doing it. I can smell your Google fingers burning. Dragon Ball
I'm,
Super.
I'm still looking at the links
If it-
that Dorky Style posted because they're friggin' fascinating.
Jesus Christ, he's down the rabbit hole.
if it's any consolation, Bun, the Dragon Ball, when they go from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball GT to the other one,
Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT.
Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, it's very complex. It's a complex universe.
It's a long running. It's a long running series.
A couple of the girls in my house watch Dragon Ball, and occasionally I'll walk into the room because it's on Netflix.
They're not watching
and I'll-
Dragon Ball
I'll
Super.
occasion-
They're watching the previous
I think
series.
they're watching Z.
Yeah, they're watching Z because Super. I'm watching Super on like weird fan sub sites because it's not out in America yet.
Okay.
So yeah. But anyway, the new series, Corey. So you've heard of Battle of the Gods and Frieza Returns?
Yeah.
Okay, so those two movies are short versions of the first two seasons of Dragon Ball Super,
Okay.
which means that the first two seasons of Dragon Ball Super are pretty dull.
All right.
Third season
Screw those
is
seasons.
it's like a world tournament, but it's an inter-universal tournament, and it's kind of interesting. But the newest episode, 46, 45, shit just got like really, really, really good. So if you haven't been watching it, I would suggest, like, if not going back and watching the whole thing, because I don't know if that's completely worth it, but at least go back a couple episodes and get yourself a little caught up on where we are now, because I have a strong feeling that what's coming next is going to be insane.
Yeah, I've I really enjoyed the original Dragon Ball when it was Goku as a child, and
I never got into the original Dragon Ball. I was just really into Dragon Ball Z.
yeah, but
So there was
but-
actually
but-
a Dragon Ball before Z.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Is Z
It's-
a prequel
No.
or an extension?
It's an
Yeah.
extension.
yeah. It's Goku has grown up. He has a child. His brother comes from space, and the aliens and androids and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, space fights. I was more of a casual Dragon Ball Z GT.
So I'll tell this
Super.
story. I'll tell this story live on the fucking internet. Why not? This was so many years ago. So if they want to hold it against me, that's fine. There's a certain bit of Dragon Ball Z called the Cell Saga, which is my favorite section of my favorite saga of the show, and I think it's arguably the best saga of the show. The first time I ever watched the Cell Saga, I was tripping on like 3 hits of acid.
You mean the drug?
Yes. Thanks for clarifying that.
wasn't bad.
Man, remind me to never take you with me whenever I need to pick up anything. Excuse me, young sir, do you have the illicit illegal drugs?
You mean the drugs?
But anyway, I was watching this thing. I was sitting at the edge of the fucking... I was literally at the edge of my seat for hours, like, clenching my fists and going, oh my god, this is so intense! But after that experience, I didn't want to go back to Dragon Ball. There's no way that it was going to match the intensity of watching Cell Saga on acid.
Yeah, you're just chasing the dragon at that point.
Yeah, the Dragon
yeah, pretty
Balls.
much just chasing that first high.
Just
Yeah.
chasing that first Dragon Ball.
You know, you know.
All right. I mean, I think that pretty much brings me to the absolute end of all the really nerdy shit I had in mind to talk to Corey G about. That Bond doesn't know anything about. Now I'm sad because I liked confusing Bond.
Oh, there's plenty of shit you can confuse me about. If you guys start talking about gaming, forget about it.
So speaking of Rule
Forget about it.
34,
Oh,
speaking of Rule
Jesus.
34, no, this one's kind of tame. So
You know, by the way,
What
Bond,
rule are we talking about?
Bond, you can Google Rule 34 relatively safely. You just want to find like the Urban Dictionary or something
Yeah.
along those lines. Just don't do an image search.
yeah, or a video search. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, well, the internet also has its own set of rules. Bond,
By the way,
so,
we've dropped a viewer.
come on.
I don't know if it
come
was
on.
I don't know if it was Overfiend or Dragon Ball Super or what, but I'll tell you what,
Hey,
it wasn't
I got a
it wasn't
question for
goats
you
and
guys.
smoking cigarettes, that's for sure.
no, never.
I got a
could be.
question.
Shoot, Bond.
What the hell is on fleek?
It's like when you're like look really good.
It means like on point, but from
Yeah.
what
That's
I,
exactly the way I looked at it. It's the same thing as on point.
But
Why
what-
don't
yeah.
they just say
But-
on point anymore?
but-
Does it need to be that trendy?
but what I've heard about this, and by heard I mean read, and by read I mean on the internet, is that it's a term that originally only referred to when you got your eyebrows done.
Eyebrows. Yeah, it was that's the correct history of the word on fleek. It comes from when people get their eyebrows done.
So if it looked really eyebrows pierced or
No,
eyebrows?
No,
Well,
like
that's-
threaded.
Yes, or threaded. Yeah,
Oh, or done with like a magic marker.
That too.
Yeah, if you're a chola.
If you're a chola, you got the magic. Yeah, if you're a chola, you got the magic marker eyebrows. So
Oh
So,
yeah, way
like-
to alienate our
Cholas,
3 viewers.
Bringing back viewers. We got a
Dude.
viewer for Chola.
Dang it.
so
I was,
all right,
I was
so
really
on-
looking
all right.
to increase my chola viewership. It's a
Well,
demographic
first of
I'm
all-
really aggressively marketing towards.
Well, first of all, I was at a homebrew club meeting, which, by the
Homebrew
way,
on
I
Brave.
organized. I organized the whole thing. So I'm at a homebrew club meeting, and I get a random text from Mark in the middle of the meeting saying, "Hey, can you dress like a cholo for the next show?" And I'm showing this text to the people in the group. Like, these are the kinds of questions that I get from the people that I call my friends. or like, can you dress like a cholo for the next show? I had to Google an image search of cholos because everybody thought that it was like a Mexican gangster prostitute.
Yeah, I mean, you're mashing a bunch of stuff together, but you're not completely off.
It wasn't completely off. The Mexican gangster part we had right. The prostitute part was wrong. So on fleek would be like getting your eyebrows done with a magic marker.
Just getting them done and them looking good.
Yes.
And then look good.
And then they're on fleek. I can't believe I have to teach you this.
Sorry, so you would say my eyebrows
Why-
are on fleek.
I would
Why
say your
don't
eyebrows
you-
are most certainly not on fleek, Bond.
Not mine personally. I'm not talking
Oh.
about mine right
Oh,
now.
all
I'm
right.
talking
I'm
in the
curious,
all-inclusive we. It's the royal we.
All
I'm
right.
curious. Are you more upset that you have to teach him this because he doesn't know what it is, or because the term actually exists?
All of the above.
Yeah, that's
All of the
duality there.
So it's a little past quarter two. I want to give Corey G a chance to redeem himself on the lightning
Good
round.
God. That's not going to happen.
So, Bond, do you want to just give him a quick rundown of that? I got to step away for literally 2 seconds. So why don't you tell him how the lightning round works, and I'll be right back.
Okay, well, first of all, G, did we do a lightning round with you last time you were
We
here?
did, and it was terrifying.
And it's going to be terrifying again. It's going to be
Oh,
just
God.
as terrifying, if not worse.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just going to be we're gonna fire random terms to you, and you have a limited amount of time to come up with. It's basically like word association, and you're going to associate whatever word pops into your brain.
You got that?
I'll
when
try.
You got that,
I'll
Corey?
try my best. I got that. I remember from last time how terrifying and awful it was, and I just wanted to cry afterwards,
Yeah,
mostly.
it's pretty bad. Bond, I'm going to
Now,
give
at
you
this
some...
point, I have to whip out my pop out, right?
Yeah, you're going to have to pull out your pop-out. And Corey G, you're going to have to hide yours.
Oh, what? I
Yeah.
just pop up my pullout?
No, you know, don't pop out your pull... Jesus
No, pull out
Christ.
your pop out.
I'm pretty sure that you went to a court-ordered meeting to...
I
About
am in
this-
a group for that. I
about
am
this
in a group
very
for
thing.
that.
All right.
And for the record, Corey G is the reason why the black helicopters are circling my house right now.
Hey, look, you're the one that searched Overfiend, okay?
Yeah.
I will never do that again.
Bond, I'm
Ever.
gonna... Corey, your chat is minimized.
Yeah, I got it closed down.
All
I'm
right.
being fair sport over here.
Bond, those are for
We
you
appreciate it.
in there. Just give me 5 seconds.
I've got yours in my pop out.
Bulldozer.
No, you just said one out loud.
The
You're not
Dills
supposed to
Wizard.
say them out
Oh,
loud.
oh, I gotta put the Ultimate High Speed Lightning Round Death Race Challenge of Doom Extreme 3 Electric Turbo Edition. Yeah. All right.
Pretty
Mouthful.
intense.
And the way we're gonna do this, Bond, is I'll start and finish. We got 9 words this time instead of 5 because I don't think you can handle starting. You forgot to do the buzzing noises.
Oh yeah, I totally screwed
So-
that up last time. I gave him like a good 30 seconds.
Yeah. Are you ready, Corey, for the Ultimate High Speed Lightning Round Death Race Challenge of Doom Extreme 3 Electric Turbo Edition?
No, but you're gonna start anyway. I
Here
guess.
we go. Your first word is ghosts.
Patrick Swayze.
I lost my pop out.
Wow.
Wait, no, hold on.
Wow.
Paint.
Blue.
Eh.
Jam.
Jelly.
Corn.
Poop.
Eh.
Deer.
What? I didn't even hear the. Oh,
Balloons.
tits.
Eh.
That's why they don't suck.
Bulldozers.
Candy.
Rule 34.
Cats. I think you managed to squeeze some words in, because Bond
I
gives
definitely heard Rule 34 for candy.
I did get a couple words in there.
you.
I don't know if
definitely
any
got words in. I don't know if any of them were like officially answers.
On my end, I heard Rule 34 for candy and duty for corn.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's not why corn sucks.
Oh, have you ever eaten a lot of corn? That's why it sucks.
I don't know why. Like, why should the contents of my poop mean that? Like, all right. So when I eat a cheeseburger, it turns into mushy brown stuff. Does that mean cheeseburgers suck?
No, because all poop is mushy brown stuff.
No, you know what you don't like about corn is that it's really pushy when it comes to poo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, I think you may have gotten 1 point simply because of the Rule 34 answer.
I think that's the first point ever, huh?
It might be. I mean, I gotta go back and officially review the tape because
It could be the first point ever scored.
man, my fucking Digipet is still fucking sleeping.
Oh, you sound worried, like a mama bear.
I
He's
mean,
so cute.
he did just recently evolve. Maybe he's just real tired from evolving.
That's probably it.
How is a picture of your Digimon not part of the layout tonight?
That is a good question, and it's mainly because I didn't take one.
That's a good reason.
You should stream the Digimon. You should totally.
Yeah, I have a
Just a 24-hour stream of your Digimon.
I have a really hard
Get
time
yourself
thinking
a
about
GoPro.
really hard time thinking about how to hook the visuals up to the stream.
You know what you should do is get a GoPro and then like go bicycling with it.
It's
and,
not like it's not like I can plug some cables into this and then into my computer.
You should tie it to a GoPro and throw it over the roof.
I would never do
Really
that
have
to
some
my
fun
little
with it.
bloopy thing.
Really have some fun with that.
I really like my little bloopy thing. I would never throw him off a roof.
Oh, you know what you
think
should
that-
do?
yeah,
Strap it to a GoPro and then put it right on the front of Ryan's grill of his truck, and then let him drive to
No
work.
way, man. No way. I could probably sell this for like $200.
I
Probably
just
should.
want to see this thing on the grill of a truck driving to work.
Hey, if you got
I
$200,
think you should
can
get
do
a
that.
webcam and specifically devote the webcam to the
Like-
Digimon.
Like 24/7.
Yeah.
You might single-handedly bring back the Digimon revolution.
I would
You-
really
you
like
might-
to.
You might break the Bob Ross Twitch record.
Yeah.
There's a Bob Ross Twitch record.
Yeah, he had like something like 2 million viewers at one point.
Bob Ross did?
Yeah.
Some ridiculous thing, yeah.
Did they like super edit it to be funny, or was it just Bob Ross?
No, it was just the joy of painting on 24 hours a day.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No joke.
Oh my God!
Bob Ross is making a comeback, man.
You know what you got to do is you got to put Billy Mays up there because Billy Mays can beat Bob Ross any day.
I don't know.
Alright.
I don't know if he's got enough material to keep like 24-hour streams going though.
Oh, there was you mean it was a
five-
stream of Bob Ross?
Yeah, it was all the episodes, just one after another. 5.6 million viewers.
Damn.
Holy shit!
Intense.
Wow,
I just Googled those numbers, so you can trust them.
I just
So
googled
you know they're
those
real.
numbers
Because I looked it up online.
because I looked it up online. All right. As much as it pains me to do this, I'm going to take down this graphic for the Ultimate High-Speed Lightning Round Death Race Challenge of Doom Extreme 3 Electric Turbo
It's a
Edition.
turbo edition.
I mean, it's such a great graphic, but it's for a segment that lasts like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And by great
Unless
graphic,
they-
I mean extraordinarily low fidelity graphic.
Yeah, that's not that great to begin with, but we love it.
It looks like it's out of 1982, and I'm okay with that.
I totally dig the whole like 1990 public access vibe, man. I'm telling you.
It's like it's totally an 8-bit graphic.
Oh, Bun, did you
Does that
notice?
work?
Did you notice the name of the episode tonight?
More infinite Suctitude Extra.
Yeah. You notice a theme going on with the last few episodes?
Yeah, the infinite Suctitude keeps getting more infinite, if that's a thing.
Somehow.
Yeah, how can you expand on infinite?
Well, now, okay, so the first week that we did that, it was infinite suctitude. The following week was more infinite suctitude. And this week is more infinite... wow, that is tough to say, huh?
It
More
really is.
infinite suctitude extra. And
Where are you going to go from there? You
I-
seem like you've peaked.
to infinity and beyond.
Extra. So next week will be extra and beyond.
Yeah, actually, yes. It wasn't going to be, because I hadn't actually thought of what it was going to be yet, but I'll just use that.
But now it is.
I do like the sound of beyond.
Hey, Buzz Lightyear says it.
Oh,
Well, I guess that's kind of nerdy.
yeah.
It's really not nerdy. No, that's not what I was going for. However,
Well, you
speaking
tried.
of nerdy,
Good job.
No, I wasn't even trying. Gee, I wasn't trying.
I wasn't even trying to be nerdy.
That was an inaccurate representation of what happened. However, speaking of nerdiness, there is. I do have a Twitter account, and I do enjoy the parody accounts. And one of my personal favorites is Grumpy George Lucas. And if anybody out there is listening, and Corey G, if you have a Twitter account, I highly.
I'm looking it up right now.
But Grumpy George Lucas has a Twitter account, and it's frigging hilarious.
I'm gonna take a peek. So, Bon,
Yep.
how do you feel about picking up the quest for the Golden Donut again?
I'm not against it. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's not Grumpy George Lucas. It's Glum. Glum George Lucas.
Ah, that
Glum, it's
explains.
Glum George Lucas. Go to that Twitter account. Check out the feed. Holy shit, is it hilarious?
Hey, so Corey G,
Yeah.
have we told you about the quest for the Golden Donut?
You had mentioned it. Is this the role-playing game?
No, this was
Okay.
we've-
Okay, I'm glad that's not the role-playing game then.
We've put this on hiatus since Joe Moody's unfortunate and recent passing, because he was
Okay.
it was kind of like the Lord of the Rings. It was like a real life Lord of the Rings, where like me, Bon, and Joe were the Fellowship, and we were going to somewhere in Brooklyn where they make a $100 donut
Ooh.
that
In Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
that contains
that makes
actual
sense.
gold.
Right,
Um,
Corey?
So we were gonna raise around $300 so that me, Bon, and Joe could afford to travel out to Brooklyn and buy a Golden Donut and eat the Golden Donut on stream.
Okay.
So, but since recent events, we haven't quite gone back to the quest for the Golden Donut. We weren't quite sure how to handle it, because Joe has got some real big shoes to fill,
Mm.
But I'm feeling like out of all of our recurring guests so far, you match our mission statement.
I like donuts. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know if that's a compliment or not, G. I
So-
really don't.
So the idea here is that there's a donate button on my Twitch page, and if you donate to using that button, all that money that gets donated gets used to go to Brooklyn and get a Golden Donut so we can stream it live. I just wanted to mention that, to anybody who's new viewers who might not be aware of the Golden Donut and our mission to procure it. And also, I want to bring it up to you too, Corey, see in case maybe you want to join the Fellowship.
I'm down for a golden donut. Do we all have to eat it at once, or are we gonna cut it? Or
We're gonna cut it into 3 pieces,
Three
Okay.
ways. Yep.
and
So we're gonna have a 3-way.
yeah, with the Golden
On a
Donut.
donut.
3 men,
Okay.
1 hole. It's like a trifle.
Oh.
It's a it's a trifle tower.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Hashtag trifle tower, everybody. You heard it here first on the Why It Sucks podcast with Demo and pals. I really ought to change this graphic so that pals is in quotation marks.
Because it's only alluded to.
Yeah,
It's simply a suggestion. Hey, did you guys find Glum George Lucas?
Yeah,
I
you know,
did.
I looked at it for a
second.
second and I was like, this is stupid.
It is stupid. That's what makes it funny. Is it's so stupid.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's pretty dumb. I thought I was a nerd, but
That's actually really nerdy. I guess
Thank you.
Bon, you won.
Well,
You
I don't.
won
I
this-
mean, I wasn't
you
trying
won
to
this
say
round.
you know what I think
I
is
was-
really funny about this, like, taunt Bond with nerdy information that he shouldn't know anything about, is that apparently his fucking family knows all this stuff. They knew what Tamagotchis were. They watched Dragon Ball Z. So Bond, maybe you should
I'm
like,
surrounded by people who are way
like maybe
nerdier
you
than
should
me.
like, hang out with your family.
But there's beer out there, and of course, right when you said that, in the other room, someone went, "Yup."
But you can't hang out with your family because you're too busy doing a stupid podcast on the retarded internet with your dumb friends.
I'd love to spend time with my family, but there are podcasts that require my time and attention apparently on holiday weekends.
on holiday weekends. Yeah, speaking of that, I think
I was at a barbecue.
we're on. We've been out for an hour. I think it's a real good time to call it quits. It's fucking hot as balls over here. And my ears are sweating from these headphones, and I think it's just time to cut it loose.
Ear
But
split's the worst.
before we do, we got to go through the signature rigmarole where I tell you, the listeners, that you can tune in every Sunday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I say every Sunday. Look, we don't get paid to do this, so if we miss a Sunday, you can eat a pile of my shit. Literally, send me your name and address, and I'll mail it to you. But generally, every Sunday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, p.m., we do the Why It Sucks podcast. If you happen to miss any of the episodes and you want to go back and see what kind of ludicrousness that you've missed, you can check out the YouTube channel, YouTube username Demo1138. Not that hard. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to know when you can catch us live, just listen to the previous thing that I just fucking said, and then tune in at twitch.tv/Demo1138. If you want to catch notifications of when we're going live, etc., you can find me, Facebook, Demo1138. And if you enjoy our opening and closing credits tunes and some of the other music that we play, me and Bon, we are in the band The Paraplegics, and you can go listen to pretty much everything that we have recorded at theparaplegics2001.bandcamp.com. Buy my record. Corey G from Dorky Style, you want to pimp your shit?
Yeah, I'll give a quick plug. Dorky Style on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.tv. Dorky_style on Twitter. So if you find me on any of those, like, thumbs ups, hearts, all those fun things.
I really got to get on Twitter.
It's an excellent medium.
Like, I really don't want to be on Twitter, but I feel like I should.
George Lucas.
Shut
Yeah,
up.
I am following right now. I am following.
Yeah, see, this is
George
exactly
Lucas.
why I
gets
don't
it.
want to be on Twitter.
G gets it.
I'd be the most useless Twitter member. I'm so antisocial.
That's the great thing about Twitter. It's 140 characters or less. Get the fuck out.
No, I know, but like, I'm so antisocial that I'd be like, I don't want to follow this guy publicly.
You're on Facebook.
That's different. I have to be on Facebook. I'm in a band and I'm on a radio show, and I need to do,
This is true.
My share of my digital, marketing.
Embrace the twits.
No, I gotta get me to the Twitter. There's no excuse for that. But anyway, we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna wrap this up before it's revealed that I'm almost as internet illiterate as Bon is. But thanks everybody for joining. We'll be back next week, hopefully, considering that we don't die. See ya.
Don't give a fuck about you or this song. Don't give a fuck about this song. About you. Don't give a fuck about you or this song.